This is the episode 2 of Art Worth Collecting. My name is Samriddhi, and I have started this series in which I try and bring artists and artwork that I think are fascinating. In episode 2, we will focus on art forms that are slowly disappearing in India. Well, the reason for their disappearance are many. First is the machine made alternatives that we have that have sort of diminished the creation of original pieces. The second reason is that people are not able to obtain sufficient livelihood from these art forms, and not many people are buying from them. And the other reason is that the knowledge transfer of these art forms are sort of breaks with time, and then what is left is just one family or a village trying to keep the tradition alive. After reading many articles about these vanishing art forms, I thought I would do my bit in making people aware of these beautiful traditions that India has and how it is our responsibility to help them survive. They carry our history, culture, and traditions, and I believe they should remain relevant so that the legacy of our rich heritage continues. So, the first art form that we will talk about is Patachitra. This art form dates back to around the 12th century, and it is India's oldest surviving painting traditions. The local artisans of heritage craft villages such as Raghurajpur and Dandasahi in Odisha's Puri district have kept this centuries old tradition alive. If you ask about the technique used in making these captivating paintings, the traditional canvas is made from specially prepared cloth. Although many artists today also paint on tussar silk, the detailing in these paintings is done using natural pigments sourced from conch shells, plants, and minerals. It can be considered a storytelling based art form that helps preserve India's heritage, and I think we should do our bit by supporting it. If you cannot source it directly from local artists in Odisha, I have added a link in the description to websites where you can purchase authentic Patachitra art. Now, the second art form is Meenakari. This art form is one of my favorites. The first time I read about it and saw the pictures of those ornate designs, I was literally mesmerized by the detailing. To simply put it, this art form is done on many things. It can be found on jewelry, boxes, plates, tiles, decorative objects, and even saris. It traces its origins to Persia, which is actually now modern day Iran, but in India it flourished under the Mughals and later it became closely associated with Rajasthan. It is typically done on hard surfaces such as tiles, metals, marble stones. There are four steps of making it. First is engraving the pattern, second is coloring, third is firing so that the color melts and it turns into a glossy form. And the last step is polishing. This is a very interesting step because they use fruit extract or mild acid with which the surface is cleaned, and that's how they get this gorgeous lasting shine on them. A wide variety of subjects are represented through Meenakari, including Mughal court scenes, religious motifs, floral designs, and figures in royal attire. You can source beautiful pieces from artisans in Jaipur, Lucknow, and Gujarat. The last category is Rogan painting, and it is one of the most interesting art forms, mainly because of the unique technique used in making it, and because one family in India has played a major role in keeping it alive. So, it originated in Persia and came to Kutch around 400 years ago. For generations, the Khatri family of Nirona village has continued this remarkable tradition. So, the paint used in this artwork is made primarily from castor oil, which is heated for many hours until it reaches a thick paste like consistency. Then, natural pigments are mixed into it to create vibrant colors. After that, a freehand technique is used and artists create these intricate geometric patterns, flowers, peacocks, the famous tree of life, and other traditional motifs. I feel that buying these art forms is far better than buying paintings from cheap websites. And the plus point is that They don't cost you an arm and a leg. And if you buy them, they will make you feel special, knowing that you own something original, something that can even be passed down through generations. I have added links in the description for each category where you can directly buy these beautiful Indian art forms. I hope you found this video insightful. Let me know if you already own any of these artworks, and also let me know if you would like another episode, because there are plenty of traditional Indian art forms that are slowly disappearing, and I don't think we should let them fade away. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.